Hello, we are downstairs in my garage where I have a shelf for my food. It's severely unorganized. I'm coming down here. I just was able to spend a little bit extra on things to stock up the shelves down here. And I'm out of breath because I just carried a case of water downstairs and I'm not a very strong person, so I'm out of breath. We unfortunately had somewhat of a mice problem just over the past couple of months. Kind of got better in the summer, but in the winter it was really hard. They were just all coming in from outside, and we're kind of in a country type area, so they came in a lot. And unfortunately, with how our food is stored in the garage, just on this wire shelves right here, they came in and they, for the most part, they didn't actually get to a lot of my food, but they did leave behind some surprises for me to end up needing to clean off later. So I haven't gone through and cleaned off the lids and everything to everything. So I know, I'm sorry, there's just gonna be, it is what it is. Of course, obviously, I'm going to clean it very in-depth way before I even open the cans. Usually, even if there's not any sign of a mouse having been down here, if I pull something from up down here to use in the kitchen, I wash the rim with soap and water, wash it with soap and water, and then I'll open it. Just something I have to do personally for my own peace of mind. So with that being said, I'm going to turn around and show you everything that I have. Not everything's organized. I have to come down here and organize it later after the kids go to bed or at some point this week, but I'll show you kind of what I do have going on for right now. Before I turn you around, I also wanted to ask, does anybody know a good way to get rid of mice? I've seen things like peppermint oil, or I don't know, I saw something weird earlier today. I don't know what I don't even remember what it was. It was so off the wall, but it said it was supposed to help keep mice away. I definitely do not want my food to keep getting into. So what I've been doing is taking things like the boxes of food, putting them in Ziploc bags, just for now, until I can get, my dream would be to get the Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, that whole thing, end of the world crisis. But for now, this is pretty much just like an extension of the working pantry in the kitchen. So anything that's in here will have a decently long shelf life, but it's not, the tubs that last 25 years. Everything that I buy, which is what I struggled with the first time I did, I'm going down again. The first time I did food storage was I bought a whole bunch of stuff that I was like, well, if it's the end of the world, then we're gonna have to just eat it and, pick up our pants and be big people about it. And the food sat there and the world didn't end, so I ended up having to give away to people who would actually eat it a lot of food. And my husband said no more. So I was like, I understand, that was my mistake. I was trying to be proactive, but I did not do it the right way. So what we have now, what I'm doing is stacking up all of our fruit and grain bars, which these will be down here right now, but we eat these every day. My kids eat them for snacks, so they will not be down here long before they are going to be replenishing what's upstairs. So that's what a lot of this is. It's just replenishing what's upstairs. So I have my main cabinet, and then I have my little pantry in the kitchen, and then I have this. We also have a deep freezer that was broken, but miraculously, I guess Jesus healed it, because it's working now. And so we have to bring that in from the back porch, which is where it's been for a couple months. I have to clean that out, get it plugged in, and then I'm hoping to buy a meat bundle. And if you have bought a meat bundle before and you're thinking about it, I recommend buying one from somewhere that takes, where you can substitute. Don't buy a meat bundle if you're like, well, I've heard of this cut of meat before and I could probably Google it and make something out of it. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to get a bundle with a bunch of cuts that you don't know how to cook, or that you have to look up cooking, because, I mean, unless you want a huge project, which I've wanted that too, but usually with meat bundles you get at least 5 pounds of said cut. And what if you don't like it? You know, then you're stuck with it. So find a butcher that will substitute things out for a package. Or what I have actually been doing, I just recently found a really good butcher shop where the prices are considerably less than the ones in the city. This one's in the next town, and it's a really small town, so I think it'll be good. The prices looked good, the reviews were good on the meat. But if you have a Meijer near you or something like that, it's actually been better for me to just buy in bulk from there, that when they have their really good meat sales. Like even with Sam's Club, I've noticed that Meijer has been so much cheaper than Sam's Club. Meijer works on a rotation with their discounts, so it used to be their ground beef would be $4.99, the next week $3.99, the next week $2.99, and then the week after that was $1.99 a pound for ground beef, which is 80-20, which is what I get, just because it's pretty much, my family will eat it and it's relatively cheap. After COVID, they did $4.99. My child scared me. After COVID, their deals were $4.99, then $3.99, then $3.99, then $2.99, and they never got back down to $1.99 a pound, which is fine because I was pretty spoiled because that was a really great deal. They don't do that price anymore. $2.99 is still good for a pound of ground beef, I think, so it's not a huge issue. But when I wait for those deals, I can get my meat cheaper than a butcher shop. All that to say, when you're stocking up on food, be sure to only get what you know for certain your family will eat. Otherwise, it's a waste of money and it's a waste of time. And I mean, realistically, yes, if we're having an end of the world crisis and you absolutely despise peas, but you haven't eaten in 3 days and the only thing in your pantry is a can of peas, you're probably going to eat the can of peas. But why would you eat the can of peas if you know that you love corn, you haven't eaten in 3 days, and you could easily stock up on canned corn? You know, that's the kind of mindset that is very important to have when you're stocking food. That was weird. My phone is dying, so I'm going to finish packing up and storing everything and organizing this pantry, and then I will come back and show you how I have it organized and what I have in my pantry. So here is my food storage. My goal is to get 2 or 3 more of these shelves along the wall here and here. And right now we honestly probably have enough food to last us 2 weeks, if that. We have a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, 7, 5, 3, and almost 1-year-old. That's not full-time. The 2 olders are my stepkids, so full-time, you know, if something happens, an emergency, more than likely the older 2 will be at their mom's. But if not, you know, there's food here for them too. So what I'm trying to stock up on is things that we eat. Like I said, these 3 bags right here are of fruit and grain bars. They will be utilized within the next couple of days, probably like within the week. My 3-year-old eats like 3 a day, and I eat at least 1 in the mornings with my coffee, so I just have these down here because we do have some upstairs, but they will be replenishing what's upstairs very soon. I have a bottle of water, or a case of water. I have 2 more cases upstairs. This is just storing this. I mean, this isn't going to be long term because we'll use this within the coming weeks. I do have these 6-hour safe heat fuels. We got those in 2021 just to have for emergencies. I want to get a few more of those. I want to get things like that, like lighters, matches, propane or oil lamps, things like that that we can use in an emergency situation. I got this instant non-fat dry milk because we go through a lot of milk, and this is good for us to have in case of an emergency. I don't know, let's see when it expires. It expires April 27th of 2025, so that will last us a while. I'll probably use it beforehand, but if not, that's good to have. I have these 48-hour emergency food for 4 persons. I have 4 of these, and then I also have 2 of the small ones, which are 72 emergency food for 1 person. So it's good to have those on hand. I also have my husband's Marine, so we have a box of MREs too, which are not very good, but we have them in case of an emergency. These are just like an extension of my pantry upstairs, so we'll use these pretty soon, honestly. Before the year is out, I have these refried beans, cans of chili, and then back in the back right here, there's 2 cans of pears, which I don't like canned pears, so I probably will actually get rid of those. Anything that I don't think I'll eat within the next couple of months that I have here, I will be donating. We have some sliced peaches. These are cans of green beans. I have this pesto, peaches, more peaches, cans of corn, and potatoes and carrots. I just bought these the other day. We don't usually have SpaghettiOs, even the off-brand SpaghettiOs, but that's what this row is the easy food for my kids to have. Basically what I have right now I think is enough to keep us from, like, if there's a snowstorm. This is what I have stocked up for just right now, is for the cold winter months. Crackers, I got the crackers because I got these deviled ham spreads. I'm gonna probably get more of those because we like canned deviled ham. I have these ground beef Keystones, which are like impossible to find now. They're like on Amazon, it's like $25 for 1 big can, and I got these at Walmart. They had them at my local Walmart for like $8. So I bought 2 of those. I actually already used 1, so I did have 3, and it was alright. It's like not ground beef, it's like really, really, really ground. I don't really care for the texture, but in an emergency situation, it would be fine. I got the big chunk chicken. I have some canned pork back here, and I believe that expires at the end of this year, so I actually do have to get to that. And then I have smaller canned chicken. We have some canned salmon. I have some Spam. We actually like Spam. I have some dried beans here. Let's see the next shelf up. I have some popcorn. This is just where we store our popcorn because we don't have enough room for it upstairs because it's such a big box. Noodles. I usually have a couple boxes of noodles down here, but I just moved them upstairs actually. Can't ever go wrong with pasta. And some rice-a-roni. And the pasta, we have a fireplace, so if things did go south, we would make a fire. I could boil some water, cook the pasta, and then I have, you know, a couple things of canned tomato sauce here. And then there's also actual tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. I have on the shelf up here behind this other patch, fruit burrs. I'm telling you, we love those. A whole bunch of beans. So, let's see all these beans back here. So chili is something that's super easy. It's something that could be made over a fire in a pot. So that's why I have so much of that. Then I also have these mashed potatoes. I have these because of the mice problem. I put them in baggies. Macaroni and cheese, some more beefaroni, mashed potatoes, rice, have applesauce over here. This is definitely in case of an emergency, where, you know, I could make some coffee if I need it. Applesauce, peanut butter, there's 4 back there. Brownies, yes, you want to make sure that you stock up on chocolate and you know, brownie batter and things that you can have if things were an emergency. You're gonna want chocolate, and chocolate does store well too. We have these 24 value packs of oatmeal. I have those 3 down. This is something from an MRE, honestly. I mean, beef stew. Okay, so that's beef stew. I also have this beef stew here, 3 packages of those. Let's see when those expire. Yeah, so these expire December of 2023. So if I don't get to these by like November, it's unlikely that I will eat them, so I will give them to somebody else who can't eat them. So that's basically what we have right now. Some cream of celery, cream of chicken soups going on right there. That's what we have for emergency. Everything that's here we will eat, and it is in a rotation with what I have upstairs, so it will move upwards. Like this probably will stay down here. I mean, probably honestly it'll be fine past December 23rd, December of this year, but I'm pretty lenient on best by dates, use by dates, expire dates. My husband not so much. So what we got here, chicken a la king. This is delicious. People think I'm weird and like a grandma because I like it so much, but it is so good. You only have to add a little bit of salt to really make it delicious, which is something else I need to add in my pantry, is salt and pepper. These hot dog chili sauce, I mean, these are good. It's good on its own, but definitely is great when it's elevated with a hot dog. Oops. More mashed potatoes. And I got those soup mixes where you just add water. It's called Bear Creek, and then there's also some Progressive. Those are nice to have. And these canned soups, really, I just don't have room upstairs in my pantry, but I eat these throughout the week for lunches. And then I also have a bunch of seasonings right here. Taco seasoning, ranch seasoning, chili seasoning. Those are all good to have also. So that's what I have so far. If you have any advice on how I can better store these to keep the mice away for like the packages, anything that you think that I would like to add to this, please let me know. But that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed my little pantry stock up. We have a refrigerator that we have to get from my husband's grandma. That'll be our garage refrigerator. Of course, it won't necessarily work if the power goes out, but I'm planning on getting that and stocking that with milk and drinks and things like that that we can use to, so we don't have to go to the store so often in the winter, because I hate the cold. And if this winter is anything like this summer, as in extreme temperatures, it's going to be very cold. And I don't like to leave the house when it gets to like the 20s, and last winter was pretty bad. It was in the negatives. I do not survive well with that. So anyway, this will help us through the winter, and I'll continue to replenish it. My goal is to add to it every few weeks. Go to Aldi's, shop the sales, get the cheap stuff. I mean, name brand is not a big deal here. So, but I will say that these things, if you get food stamps, you can buy these with food stamps, and that is a very good thing to have in your pantry. So just so you know, the expiration day is best by September 14th, 2050. So these will last a great deal of time and are fantastic to have in your emergency storage. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.